Simon, welcome to the University of West of England.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. We'd like to start by exploring your current role at Davis Langdon.
Okay, well, my role on my business card is Head of Professional Development, which is one of those titles that can mean anything to anybody. But it pretty much covers three key areas, one of which is research. And some of the audience might know my name and my work from what we do in Building Magazine, for example. And that research also spills over into providing direct support to clients. So whilst a lot of my work is non-project focused, in terms of the specialist skills that you get from gathering an awful lot of knowledge and information from projects, we provide that to clients as well. And finally, the other sort of key area of my team you might describe as best practice and knowledge. So we spend a lot of time actually putting together high quality processes, procedures for our project teams, so we're delivering a consistent service across the country, and we're also responding pretty quickly to developments in the industry. So for example, how procurement has evolved over the past 10 years, we've continually evolved our guidance to respond to that.
That's excellent. And in terms of that last point, we'll clearly come back to that a bit later in this interview and explore that in a little bit more detail. Okay, Simon, could you share with us how you came into construction in the first place? What drew you to the construction industry and to the client-consultant interface in particular?
Yeah. Well, like so many people in the industry, I have a family connection. So my father was a specialist contractor. I took a fairly long time over deciding what my career was going to be. So I completed a first degree, which was not a construction degree, and then was doing 2 or 3 years of sort of work in various occupations before it occurred to me that actually the built environment would be an interesting place to be. I've always had an interest in buildings, so I sort of drive my family mad in that way. But I knew I wasn't going to be a designer. So putting 2 and 2 together and working out that there was a career in cost consultancy, quantity surveying, where I could have some influence and at the same time, have a little bit of a role in that design stage was particularly attractive.
Okay, so you weren't attracted to the kind of other end of the process, where into specialist contracting, following in your father's footsteps?
No, I mean I can see the appeal in certain areas of the specialist trades, because in many ways that's where the real innovation is. Yeah. So if one thinks about some of the curtain wall contractors, building services, they're doing some very clever things. But in the end, I think where I was attracted was probably falsely initially by the early stage of designing, and so working with clients and a multidisciplinary design team at the early stages is, I think, was really where the interest comes from. I actually started my career with building design partnerships, so you can almost see that I was immediately interested in working in a diverse multidisciplinary way, responding to those very early big questions, rather than getting caught up in the, without being disparaging, the minutiae of actual delivery. So I found a comfortable spot very quickly.